Right. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. We, excuse me. We are live. We are live, Brother Sean.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It's your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, your aromatherapist, and my brother Sean Ali of Supreme Health and Wellness. We're coming on today for another episode of our Health and Wellness Power Hour, our Health and Wellness Power Hour. And we're going to give you our topic today is 5 steps to being healthy. 5 steps to being healthy. So if you want to know what those 5 steps are, stay tuned in and share the video. Sharing is caring. Assalamu alaikum, Brother
Nah,
Sean.
they're gonna have to
How
pay
are
for
you?
this one. This is a charge. We charging for this one. Pay
Right?
Cash App, PayPal, Venmo.
Cash out. That's right.
Shoot your payment. We got you.
Right. Support the Health and Wellness Power Hour so we can
Nah,
continue
support yourself.
to give you this valuable
Yeah,
information.
yeah. Get yourself together. You know.
Yes, sir. So let's get right into it. Um,
Mm.
the 5 steps to being healthy. What's on your mind today, Brother Sean?
I'm coming. I just had to. I thought I had this stuff over here with me, but I don't. Oh, yeah. The 5 steps. Choose. I lost my not train of thought, but I
Your
was
diagram,
going
what
to.
you
Well, the list is not because we always got to start somewhere, right? So you can have a
right.
list of things to do, but you only can do one thing first. You know what I mean? So when we're looking at
Right.
health and wellness is no different because we have to start somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where most of us get lost at because we don't know where to start.
Right.
Right. And we never start because we don't know where. And then we get stuck in our condition and don't know how to save ourselves.
Exactly. And it's not
So
difficult.
it never was. It's not the difficult part is unhealthiness. Being unhealthy is expensive. Being healthy is not expensive at all. It's
Right.
almost free. This list is the healthy list. Right. This is the 5 things that you should be doing, we should be doing, and everything else really it stems off of that. You can see that list, sis.
No, sir. I was about to tell you to go through the list because I can't see
Oh
that.
man, you can't see the writing. The writing don't show
No,
up.
sir. Let me
Come on, man.
see if I zoom us in.
Can we see? Let me see if I stand on this side, get it in the light. Bam.
Yeah, still kind of light, but
Mm.
we'll make it work.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it work. The first one is breathing. The second
I breathe every
is,
day.
yeah, man, sunlight. The third is exercise. The fourth is hydration. And then nutrition. These are the 5 steps to being healthy. The first thing you do in your life is breathe. That's the first thing we do. That's life is based on whether or not you can breathe or not. You know, you don't have to walk. You don't have to see. You don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to think. You can be in a coma, right? But if your lungs is inhaling and exhaling, you are alive. You know what I mean? They have to pull the plug to stop you. You know what I mean? So breathing is the most important. If there is one thing we have to do right in our life, it is breathing, because we can breathe wrong. And when we breathe wrong, that shuts down because we are aerobic, meaning with oxygen. So when we are not breathing properly, we are playing with that oxygen ratio, and the oxygen is the second half of our energy, which is ATP, which is oxygen and glucose. So when we're looking at it on a cellular level, you know, all of our cells need oxygen, you know, and that's the basis of our fuel. Sunlight, science says this is the source of energy, you know. So when we are looking at from our cellular level, and this is the part where, you know, when we're looking at our cells, as we was talking about our last show, right? The cell energy is ATP, and that's oxygen and it's glucose. When you look up where glucose comes from, it comes from photosynthesis. It's sunlight in chemical form. So the first 2 things on the list are the things that give your cells. Every cell in our body needs ATP to make energy, to do its job. That's not to get energy that we need to do things. It's what the cell needs to do its job. So the hair cells, for the hair cells to be hair, for the, you know, everything, each individual cell needs energy to do its job. That's ATP. Right. So when we do the first 2 things, we give our cells the 2 ingredients they need to make energy. Without eating, we ain't even ate. Look, we ain't ate or drank nothing. That's 4 and 5. You know what I mean? Like, so this is science. Now, exercise is number 3, because the first law in life is motion, right? And the second is order, and that's where exercise comes in, because it's motion and it's order to the motion. So not only are you moving, but you're moving in an orderly fashion. You're moving in a specific fashion with a specific purpose, right? So that's putting the order to the motion. You're creating energy. You're in the cycle of life. Now, if we do these 3 things properly, when we get to hydration, it won't be that important. When we get to nutrition, it won't be that important. If we look at dehydration, right? If you look at dehydration, one of the symptoms of dehydration is dry mouth, right? Dry lips, right? You can't really feel anything else. Your mouth gets dry. You be like, man, I'm dehydrated. I need some water. You don't get any signs from it ain't no signs coming from your belly, from your skin, from your mouth gets dry, your lips get dry. You be like, man, I need some water. I'm dehydrated, right? That's what most people base dehydration on. Okay, if we look at our anatomy, our trachea goes to our lungs. This is our esophagus. This goes to our stomach. When we have our mouth closed, right, you breathe naturally through your nose. This little piece of cartilage right here, this is called the epiglottis. So when you open your mouth, it pushes that cartilage down to cover your windpipe. So when you eat and drink, it won't go into your trachea and drown you or choke you to death. So when your mouth is closed, see how the mouth is closed in this dot. So that epiglottis is naturally open and you have a straight natural airway. Now, when you breathe through your mouth, you are forcing air in through your mouth, in through your lung. And this is where that dry mouth comes from. This is where those dry chapped lips comes from. Not from the fact that your body is dehydrated. You have dehydrated your mouth because in the nose, you have the sinuses, you have the hairs, you have the mucous membrane that keeps the nose moist.
Right.
You don't have none of that in the mouth is made for food, water, and talking, not breathing. That's why when it's closed, it's a natural path. The esophagus is it's like a balloon. It's only open when you swallow. If you don't, the trachea has cartilage that we can feel that keeps it open, so you will always be able to breathe. Right? So when we do these first three things right, we don't become dehydrated. Listen. Listen. Okay, now the human body is 75% water.
Right.
Right? So if you wake up tomorrow, you're waking up at 75%. Okay? Now, unless you urinate or sweat, you don't lose the 75%. So if you drink and you haven't lost anything, see, a lot of us, we are overhydrated because we are waterlogged. We are holding the first weight that a person loses is what?
Water weight.
Oh, so if you are losing weight and your body you're losing the too much that you've drank. And so when you go to lose weight, you're losing that excess water first, and your body is going back down to its regular 75%.
Right.
See, now when we get to nutrition, whether you eat plants or animals, every animal lives out in the sunlight. Every plant is out in the sunlight. So they get their energy from the sun. If you look up the supplement, the supplement for the sun is vitamin D3, right? Not vitamin D, not vitamin D2, but the supplement for sunlight is vitamin D3. That comes from lanolin. Lanolin. Lanolin is the fat of sheep. Because when the sheep is out in the sun and that sunlight is hitting the sheep, just like with us. See, we have a layer of subcutaneous fat. So when that sunlight hits my skin, the energy is absorbed and it mixes with that fat and it forms cholecalciferol, which is the liver turns into vitamin D3. If you don't go out in the sun, this is how they make vitamin D3. They take the sheep that's out in the sun. They take the fat of the sheep where that sunlight has been turned into cholecalciferol. They put it in a bottle. You eat it instead of standing in the sun. come on, man. What the hell?
Go straight to the sun. You're right. I see where you were going with that.
You see?
Go directly
So when
to the source. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. All the animals are outside. This is what makes the way this new modern farming so dangerous, because they have the chickens in the houses, they have the cows in the houses. They aren't, not only not are they grazing, but they aren't out in the natural sunlight. So
Right.
those animals are missing an integral ingredient in their life. Just like if you don't have enough sunlight, your body is missing an integral ingredient, right? So if you're not breathing right, this is oxygen, right? O2, right? Sunlight. If you're not breathing right, where else can you get this oxygen element? Food. See, it's oxygen, carbohydrates, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. It's oxygen. The oxygen molecule is in food. So now if you're not breathing right and your body is starving of O2, the only other place you can get it is from food. So you'll find yourself overeating, getting these signals. People talk about it might be parasites, but hold up. If your body is starving of oxygen, the only other place you can get it is from food. It's in food. So you will find yourself overeating, trying to, but you don't know why.
Compensate. Right.
This is one of those uncontrollable urges that you mean, like, yeah, I don't know why I can't stop myself. You feel me? Sunlight. If you're not going out in sunlight, where are you going to get the elements of the sun? Food. So you'll find yourself chasing food like vitamin D3 and all of these other supplements and food items that they'll put before you. If you're not exercising, and exercising creates energy. The white man says you need to eat to get energy, but that doesn't even make sense, because if I get up and I exercise, I feel energized. Right? So if I'm not getting up and I'm not moving and I'm not exercising, where can I get something that gives me energy from? Food. So I will find myself overeating. You feel what I'm saying? I'm 75% water. I'm 75% water. But people put nutrition before hydration. All you hear about is sea moss and moringa. But hold up, I'm 75% water. Shouldn't hydration be more important than nutrition? I'm only 25%. And in that 25%, a lot of it is bones that don't need a lot of nutrition. So when we're looking, nutrition isn't that important. If I do these three things right, I take care of hydration and nutrition. Right?
Absolutely.
Now, these are free.
All right.
We just have to train ourselves most of the time to do these things.
Do it. Right.
You have some oil.
We're breathing just by, what we're doing.
Because like you said, when I breathe, I breathe every day.
Are you breathing correctly, though? Maybe that's why you're dehydrated.
That's why you're losing power. That's why your cancer cells are growing. That's why your regular cells don't have enough energy to keep your heart beating, to keep your colon. The cells in your colon need oxygen and glucose to stay healthy. So when we're looking at colon cancer, if the colon the cells that make up the colon don't have the ingredients to make the energy so they can do their job, if the cells in your uterus don't have the energy to do their job. See, if the cells in your thyroid don't have the energy to do their job, right? If the cells in your breast don't have this is look at the major problems. See, those organs are made out of cells that need energy themselves. So we got to make sure that I'm breathing properly, that I'm out in the sunlight, and that I'm moving, because those are the main three things that light is built on.
That's right. Absolutely.
You got something. You aromatherapist, sis.
Yes, yes, sir.
Man.
I am.
That's
And a good oil to practice your breathing with
Come
is
on.
eucalyptus. It has an affinity for the respiratory system, so it's going to clear you up, open you up, so you can breathe deeper and take in more oxygen. As you said, we need oxygen for the cells to get their energy.
Yes.
So eucalyptus is a good one for that.
Yes.
And all you have to do is take the top off, put a drop in your hands if you want, rub your hands together and take some deep, slow, deep breaths. Or either put it in a diffuser. Either way, you're going to get those benefits.
Yes. Yes.
Oxygenate those cells. Breathe deeper, longer.
Hey, when you inhale, you get nitric oxide. When you inhale through your nose, it's the frontal, maximal, the ethmoid, and the sigmoid. These major four sinuses in your nose. When you inhale and that air passes through here, it creates nitric oxide. So by the time it gets down to your thorax going into your lungs, you are inhaling nitric oxide. This is the vasodilator. This is what dilates or opens up those arteries, so blood can flow.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. See.
Right.
So when we breathe in properly, see, the number one vasodilator is nitric oxide. When you inhale through your nose, just regularly, your nasal cavities create nitric oxide.
Mm-hmm.
So your arteries never become constricted.
Or constricted. Yes, sir.
So you got the eucalyptus, you know what I mean, and you getting the beautiful effects of the eucalyptus, and and then you're getting nitric oxide. You're getting properly oxygenated, right?
Exactly.
Anything that we do wrong causes stress. It causes an imbalance. So if you breathe wrong, not only do we have to worry about not having enough oxygen, but it causes stress in the body. Breathing is regulated in the brainstem, right? The medulla oblongata is where the brain, part of the brainstem where breathing is regulated. So we're created to breathe a certain way. When you see somebody panicking,
panting,
when they're excited, right? So if your regular breathing resembles the panic, fearful, scary, angry breathing, you are telling your body thinks you are in fight or flight or stress. You might not feel it, but your body is going through it, right? Because you're acting like it. When you see somebody meditating, calm, cool. They have slow, deep, rhythmic breathing.
Deep breaths. Right.
So when you breathe like that, your body gives you it mimics what you it's oh we calm, oh we happy, oh we at peace. So your body is
Right.
and that's where on the inhale we get the nitric oxide, and on the exhale
Hmm.
we get the vagus nerve innervated. So when we exhale through the nose, we stimulate the 10th cranial nerve, is the vagus nerve, and it's also on the brainstem. And when we exhale through the
Right.
nose, that action activates or innervates the vagus nerve, which calms the body. It calms
Right.
the heart, the lungs, all the way down to the reproductive organs. Mm.
So we would be in rest and digest. Is that
Yes, 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 yes. The parasympathetic, that yes. The opposite of fight and flight. Yes. So if
fight or
you don't
flight?
exhale
Right.
through your nose, listen to me now, because they'll teach you this world. These wicked Europeans, they'll teach you,
Right. Breathe through your mouth.
okay, but you're not activating your vagus nerve when you breathe out your mouth. When you exhale
Wow.
out your mouth, you cannot innervate your vagus nerve, which calms your. This is the largest cranial nerve, the 10th cranial nerve. It goes from your brain all the way down to your reproductive organs, allowing you to calm them down.
Powerful. Brother Sean, we
If you,
have Brother
uh huh,
Kente and Sister Cassandra with us. I just wanted to acknowledge them. Peace,
yes,
family.
the students, the number one
Right.
man student and the number one sister student.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Hey, yeah, brother Kente be reminding me, hey, brother, it's class. He'll
you
hit
ain't
me
doing the
when
show, right?
hey, yeah, it's class time, brother. It's class time. I'm here. You know, all praises due to Allah.
Praise be
And
to
that
Allah.
the oil. See, you could. A lot of people have never really breathed through their nose for long extended times, so their
Mhm.
body has adapted and their nasal passages become clogged, and it becomes hard for them to breathe through their nose for a long period of time. That
Right.
eucalyptus though, man, that
It
thing open you
opens.
up. Oh shoot.
Yes. Definitely a decongestion, explorative.
Ooh, ooh.
Yes, sir.
So you can put that on, Sister Denise.
Yes,
The
the
inhaler
inhaler.
thing,
I don't have
right?
one close to me, but yes, the inhalers, you can put it in there. And that's aromatherapy on the go. Just it's small enough to fit in your pocket, your purse, whatever. Take it with you. And just when you feeling straight. Oh, and another thing, eucalyptus, immediately when you inhale it, it lowers your cortisol level, your stress hormone.
Mm,
So it
mm.
de-stresses you, opens you up so you can breathe deeper. Yeah, that's the one to have.
That's how it lowers your. Let's look at the now. It's not abracadabra.
Right.
When you breathe, you're not going to breathe through your mouth with eucalyptus.
No,
It's
no.
gonna
It's
you're
gonna
gonna
make you
right.
close your
You
mouth.
don't even want that in your right. So just by you inhaling it through your nose, you're creating nitric oxide. So you're dilating your arteries, right? So your when your arteries are constricted, your body's in stress, cortisol levels are high, right? constricted arteries and high
Right.
cortisol levels almost go hand in hand. So when you and that's the domino, the call, so when we're looking at eucalyptus and how it has these effects, such as lowering the cortisol levels and things, because it puts your body back into how you're supposed to be.
Back right.
You know what I mean? You're breathing properly, your nose is open. You man, when you first you woo, you be like, man, see so you're creating those elements.
Hmm.
We stay there, man.
Right.
This is how you retrain your nose. With those that have problems breathing through your nose, that inhaler,
Hmm.
because you can take it with you. You can't take that diffuser with you everywhere,
Right.
And then
You
you
can
don't want to
take
be
that.
carrying around a bottle of, even though they're small bottles, you don't really want to be carrying around the bottle of essential oil. So
Exactly.
you got it on the go,
Yeah.
like
Right. Aromatherapy on the go.
on the go,
Easy,
because
simple. Just put it up to your nose and take a few deep breaths.
mm, yes.
Let's see. Sister Cassandra had a question.
Hmm.
Is it good to breathe in? Is it good to breathe in steam? She says.
Um, if you're trying to if you're trying to cleanse, or I mean, when you do it when you get in the shower, and
Mm,
that it's not a problem with it. No. Yes, it's good. Yes, yes. To answer your question, I'm sorry.
right. You can put
Yeah,
a
yeah. To
drop of
answer,
that
yeah.
eucalyptus in that steam.
Y- Yep. That's what I was.
And
That's what I was. Yep. Yep. Yep.
yes, sir.
Yep.
And
Yep.
if
Because
so,
we are
what is
we are
good to
98
add to the breath?
inside. So anytime we can have the external conditions matching the inside, it's no stress. The body can
Right.
easily maneuver. If you got air that's close to 98 degrees, that's moist, that the body, it doesn't have to warm it, it doesn't have to clean, so it's ready to use, so it's less stress. So
Right.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
That
ma'am.
makes sense. Yes, sis, you can add a drop or two of that eucalyptus to the steam, to the water,
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
peppermint. Oh, peppermint
Hmm.
is another
Hmm.
one that's good for
Hmm.
opening you up, getting rid of excess mucus,
Hmm.
congestion.
Hmm.
Yes,
I do it in
ma'am.
the shower. You can, until you get your products from Sister Denise, you could take a drop, put it on your shower head, and that
Mhm.
the heat from it will make it do what it do.
Right, like a shower diffuser.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Make it do what it
Yes,
do.
sir.
Yeah,
That's a good idea too.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Especially in those environments like the showers, because we're using tap water, where there's potential harmful elements that's going to be released from the heat. You know what I mean? Cold
Right.
water is not going to release a lot, and cold water is not coming from our furnace. So hot water is coming, not just that it's tapped, but it's coming from the furnace where it's picking up the potential for all of those harmful elements is coming from the hot water. So when you
Mm.
use essential oils, you can create that healthy balance that will,
Balance.
okay, I know I got the potential of these elements being released, but I got something that can either eliminate those or help me to overcome them.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes,
Especially in
sir.
the showers. Because like I said, that's when we are most in contact with, that's what it's straight hot water we're using, mostly. And so that's coming
Mhm.
straight from the furnace. And the older the furnaces are, or the water heaters, whatever what one you got, those elements they build up. So, because they're not self-cleaning, it's just a filter. And eventually, you
Right.
know, Like if you got a water filter in your home, they tell you to fill it up with cold water because the hot water is coming from the place with most of the contaminants. And you will wear
Right.
out your filter quicker filling it up with hot water versus
Hot
cold
water.
water. Right, right, right.
Awesome.
And like I say,
Yes.
if we got to do one thing, you got to start somewhere. And you really want to master, if you got to master one healthy action, it's breathing because you do go out in the sunlight, you do exercise, you do drink water, and you do eat properly. So you're not always doing these wrong. But if every breath you take is wrong, if 90%, 75%, 50%, because some of you do. So if 50% of your breath is wrong, you're living 50% in a state of stress because everything we do wrong. If you don't exercise, that's sedentary. If you don't
Right.
hydrate, that's dehydration. If you don't get nutrition, that's malnutrition. So there is, for everything that we do wrong, there's a term and there's side effects for it, right? If you don't get
Right.
enough sunlight, you become depressed, you get light skin, you get right.
Say you get light skin.
So if you're not breathing right, we just can see the side effects of the other ones quicker.
Hmm. Right.
Because, like I said, if I don't get enough sun, I start to get pale. Oh, you getting pale? Just like, you know what I mean. Like you can see that. You can see that. Oh, you ain't exercising. I'm collecting. Let me go to let me
Yeah.
start moving. You can see you can't see the side effects of not breathing. That's now you're dealing with the silent killer.
Mm.
See, now we dealing with,
That's
because that's your blood pressure, that's your hypertension, that's those.
That's right. That's
Get
right.
that eucalyptus, man. Save yourself. Hey.
Yes, sir. Sister Cassandra asked, what's a good amount of water to drink? Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did not tell us to drink a lot of water.
Actually, he said you probably won't never need water. He said the same thing I said. Hold on, I'm getting the books right. Hold on, I'm getting the books right now. Says, oh, where my books go
Getting
at?
the
Hold
actual
on,
facts for
because
us, Sister
I
Cassandra.
got that's where I got that from. He said, man, when it comes to
Right.
water, because he said, train yourself not to eat or drink anything. But if you do need to drink something, coffee and water is permissible. But the rule is, do once you get up from that meal, train your body not to want food or drink. Because remember, you go anywhere, people in the East aren't walking around with water bottles, man. Them Bedouins that's in the desert, they can go, they don't suffer from dehydration and they in the desert. Their access to water is nowhere near ours. And they don't have problems with dehydration. You got people that's on the Survivor Series. Them mugs in the thing, they ain't got no water out there. How they ain't suffering from no. You can go days. The first weight you lose is water weight, right? But the messenger, to answer the question, he said you should only drink when you're thirsty and then don't drink again until you're thirsty again. If you're 75% water and you urinate, sweat, defecate, anything that causes a loss of water, you replace it.
Right.
If you didn't lose water, there's nothing to replace. Most people don't sweat. Where the what? Ain't nobody, you know.
Right. Yes, sir.
But that's a specific. That's is no general answer on water because it's based on what you do, your activity level, just like nutrition. Yes, there's a list of food that's good for us to eat and bad for us to eat, but how much of it or which particular ones, those would be based on your level of activity. Just like with the bodybuilders and supplements. That's the only way reason supplements came into existence because those people were putting on so much muscle material, it's impossible to eat the amount of nutrients to support that. So they had to get these supplements to trick the body. But though none of them people are healthy. You know, they coming out now talk about, hey, I wish I'd have never done none of that. And you know, they coming out now after they've been hurt, you know, and hurt themselves and damn near killed themselves. They're like, nah, that ain't healthy. But if you're not a bodybuilder, you shouldn't be eating like a bodybuilder. You like the messenger said with rye bread. He said rye bread is too hard on the digestive system. Unless you're doing construction work, you should eat rye bread. If you had a desk job, you're not doing anything. You shouldn't, you know. So when we're looking at nutrition and hydration, those are used to replace what I use, not to preload.
Right.
That's why we eat at 4 to 6 at the end part of it. So at 4 o'clock, I'm done working. I don't work all day. Now I'm ready to replace what I used. If that makes sense.
Yes, sir. She says, so what is dry mouth? I think you mentioned that earlier about incorrect breathing.
You breathing through your mouth. Breathing through
Dry
the mouth. Yep. You killing the cells in your mouth. we kill. That's where ginger. If you go to your dentist, listen. Homework assignment. Y'all don't believe Brother Sean Ali? You can call your dentist office and just ask them what causes most of the problems in the mouth, breathing or food and beverage. They will tell you breathing because you're not always drinking wrong and eating wrong. And we do brush our teeth and stuff. So it's not like we have these things where we just constantly doing these bad things. You know, so, but if you're always breathing wrong, if every breath, you know that song, every breath I take.
Breath, right. Yeah, gotta breathe right. Make sure you're breathing right.
Not to mention using the diaphragm. Yeah. I mean, you know, I was 41 when I found out that the diaphragm wasn't just a woman's thing.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I thought that was an old woman's part. Diaphragm. I ain't got no diaphragm.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, man. I just had to throw some humor in there, man.
That's
you know?
Okay. Yes.
That got me crying over here. I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm making myself cry.
Brother Kente. Brother Kente says, so, that's the reason why I be having dry mouth whenever I sleep.
Yep.
Plus I snore. Yes, sir.
Yep.
That's why your mouth wide open.
Yep. I'm trying to find the thing that I had.
That's it.
I'm right here.
Gotta
it's
get one of those chin straps.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for. My chin strap thing. And because that's what that's been around since the 20s. The chin strap has. I thought I had it nearby, but I don't. I got so much. I need to clean up, man. But yeah, that's your blood pressure. Your say that again, sis. I'm sorry.
You're a mad scientist over there.
Yeah, I get stuff and I forget it. Yeah, like a hoarder. But that chin strap.
Zoom. Yes, sir.
It's a great way to retrain your body to breathe back through your nose. So, and it'll keep your mouth closed so you won't revert back to the mouth opening. And a lot of times, especially when you're sleeping, okay, you could be, you could be laying there, right? Then, and it just get clogged up. Then you'll go like this, and it's wide open.
Right.
Go like this. So it's the position. See, I sit up and my nose, but I can't sleep sitting up. So my favorite sleeping position is deadly to me. You ain't hear me. If you snore at night, if you snore, have sleep apnea, that means your favorite sleeping position is killing you.
Wow.
That ain't gonna change. Come on now. I'm just, I'm saying. Yeah.
Didn't we sleep on our left side?
No, you sleep on your back. You are equal. You can't do that. Nah, man. The supine position. Yes. It took me about a year and a half to train my body to sleep how we're supposed to. So now, arms straight out as possible, legs straight as possible, and you're on your back, like if you were just laying down like that. You don't want to, because anytime you create those creases, it's pinching those arteries and those veins, and it hampers circulation. So you want to have your arms as straight as possible, your legs as straight as possible, and we are symmetrical. So you can't go to one side versus the other. That's not how the body is created. Like, all of that. If you lay on this side, your stomach empties. That don't make you that. Oh, hold on. The stomach. This is the stomach, right? This is the fundus and the ileum. It's a sphincter here and it's a sphincter there. It keeps them closed. You can't. Nothing is just spilling out. Nothing just spills out. With this side is coming from your esophagus. So when food is coming down, it opens and closes. This goes into the duodenum. It opens, sends a little bit of food out and closes. So because what comes out is acidic. So it doesn't, it's very tight on what comes out because it doesn't want to destroy the intestines, which aren't acidic. So if you lay on this side, nothing is coming out. Nothing is coming out. It doesn't work like that. If you look at the heart, it's not going to do that. The heart, what comes off of the heart is the aortic trunk, right? So, and that's going off, and it's branching off, going to the head, going down to the body, and that's where the blood is coming at. If you look, it's nothing that can spill. So if you're laying on your left side, it doesn't make the heart pump any faster because it still has to send blood to the right side. You feel what I'm saying? So that notion of lay here and admit, we are symmetrical. If you lay on your left side, you're going to make everything pull on this side. You lay on this side, just like a dead body. If they die, whatever position they're in, that blood will pull to that side, right? So
Mhm.
if you're laying like that, the gravity is, we lay supine.
Supine.
I'm telling you, it's like,
I'll have to
and
practice that.
when you get it right, you wake up like whoo. You wake up ready to go. You like, man, shoot.
Right. Right. Yes, sir. Let's see. We have any questions before we get ready to close out? Brother Patrick Muhammad, thank you for tuning in.
Brother Patrick,
Yes,
salam
sir.
alaikum. The
All
5
right.
things, and we left out one. Should have been sit, which is rest. But
What's that?
we'll do that on the show, because then
Rest.
you got a
Yes.
bunch of material. We got a lot more material that can just be devoted to rest instead of just trying to fit it in
Exactly.
here. Right. Because breathing is the most
Right.
important thing on this list. You know what I mean? Like, if you got to do one of these things
Mm-hmm.
right, please master the science of breathing
Breathing.
properly first.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
All
That's
right,
the first thing
family.
you do when you come out the womb. That's the first thing they make you do to make sure that you are alive. That's
Right.
the first thing that they check to make sure you're not alive is your breathing. So this is where life and death revolves around breathing. The quality of your life is the rest of these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely got to get the first one right if we want to be
Yeah.
here a long time.
Yes. Yes.
All right, family. Well, we thank you all for tuning in. We're going to put a pin in it right there and come back with us next week, inshallah, for another edition of the Health and Wellness Power Hour. And we're striving to be on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central. All right. Any
Yeah.
closing thoughts?
No, we appreciate you, family. Thank you all for tuning in, man. We do this for y'all, so and as we grow and develop, we just going to bring more and more and more of the health and wellness science to you guys. So stay tuned, because it's going up from here, man. We already been down.
All right. Going up.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. With that being said, assalamu alaikum, family.
Wa alaikum assalam.
All right.